All right, guys, good morning. Uh, would you please put your attention to the class? So, in this class, we are going to discuss Maven, how we can use Maven with Selenium WebDriver, and what is the use of Maven in Selenium. Okay, and at the by the end of this class, we will be able to configure Maven in our project, and we'll be able to run a simple project using Maven tool, right? Now, the goal here is to configure Maven, install Maven, and do a demo project using Maven so that all of the interview questions regarding Maven you can answer, right? So this is an important part. Like a lot of interview, they will be asking you a question regarding this Maven. You were asking me for this Maven, but it is like I was going step by step, and hopefully I'll be able to answer your Maven related question. Now, what is Maven? Why we need to use Maven with Selenium, right? If you take a look here, see, we have learned Selenium so far. We have learned TestNG framework, and now we are discussing Maven. Maven is a build automation tool. Maven is a build automation tool. It is kind of, let's say, when you work in an organization, right? The code, like every organization, they will follow some kind of coding standard, coding repository, framework, kind of framework thing, right? So they will be putting their code in a certain repository. Let's say it could be a Bitbucket repository, it could be a GitHub repository. The code will be somewhere. There will be, when you work specifically in Java project, right? There are a lot of jar files involved, right? In Java, there are so many things already written. You can only bring those libraries and have those capability in your project. Got it? In Java, there are a lot of jar files. When you work specifically in Java, you'll have to interact with a lot of jar files, and those jar files, many of the jar files, most of the jar files are already written. You will be bringing those jar files from other people's repository. You will be incorporating those things in your project. If you work as a Java developer, web developer, or as a Selenium tester, right, you will be referencing jar files. You will have different kind of dependency of your project. Like you will be depending on some kind of Excel libraries. You'll be depending on so many things. So those things, you are referencing something, but those things change, right? Lot of things change frequently. There is a jar file, but they are updating the jar file continuously, right? If you have noticed that Chrome, yeah, all of that every 3 months or 4 months, and then they bring a new library. So if you have this Maven incorporated in your project, then it is easier for you to manage it. You just go somewhere, change some settings, and it will be taken care of, right? So this kind of automation, dependency solution, build automation, those kind of information. Let's say that you are, deploying your product, right? And then this product depends on this library, right? And then when you are deploying, what is your choice? You will have to bring this updated library in your project, right? So if you have a Maven dependency setup, you can update those dependency in a single place and doing lesser work. So that is what the purpose of Maven. So if you have read this text that I have sent you here, build automation, build management tool, it is, right, which is distributed under Apache Software Foundation. It is mainly used for Java projects. It makes build consistent with another project. Maven based on the concept of form, right? Project object model that includes project information, configuration information. Maven is also used to manage the dependencies. For example, if you are using Selenium version 3.12, right? And any later point of time, you have to use some other version. The same can be managed easily by Maven. You will find more examples of this later in this chapter that we are going to discuss here. Now, integrating Maven with Selenium provides the following benefits. What are those benefits? Maven is used to define project structure, dependencies, build and test management. Using form.xml, you can configure dependencies, right? Maven automatically downloads the necessary files from the repository while building the project, right? So I have a Maven automatically downloads the necessary files from the repository while building the project. So that means if you have the correct version in your POM file, it will automatically, when you build the project, it will automatically bring those libraries from there. We will see today in practical examples. So I have a computer where I'm going to set up this Maven in Eclipse from scratch, right? So you will see that how I'm going to do it. There are some setup that you will have to take care of, like if you want to bring Maven capability in your project. Okay, so Apache, like Maven, this tool is built by Apache. Yeah, Apache has lot of things. Apache has server software. Apache has built this Maven software. One of the software that Apache has built, servers. Yeah, Apache has lot of uses. Like when you remember, this is another thing. When you when you use server software, let's say Windows server, right, or Linux server. Why is this server for? So that you can deploy the application, right? And over there, to run this application, you need a software. Apache is a software that can. It has lot of like different branch. One of the branches is this Maven. Okay, so Apache is an organization. It has lot of tool. One of the tool is Maven. Okay, now so steps to install Maven and use it with Dependency Selenium, right? That is what we are going to do today. So if I open my Eclipse, yeah, we will be discussing it. You will see that what is that M2. So at this point, if you have asked that question that what is M2, if you see this PC, right, and then if you go to your C drive, and then you will see there is a users folder. If you go inside that, you will see whatever is your username, right? Whatever is your username, let's say my username. If you go there, what is my username? um, where do I get my username here? Probably it is ZST20, right? This is my username. Now if you go to my username, do you see any M2 folder? Do you see any M2 folder? Is it very loaded? Yeah, Nassim Bhabi, can you check if you have any M2 folder? Yeah, but I'm asking her to check if there is any M2 folder. She might have an M2 folder. In the installation process, you will see that M2 folder will be created there. Okay. Now, so what are the according to the document, what it says is to set up Maven, download the Maven's latest version from Apache, depending upon different OS, unzip the folder and save it on the local disk. So uh, if you go to your Chrome browser, right? If you type download Apache Maven, download Apache Maven, and then you will see that Maven, download Apache Maven. You can follow this with me. Download Apache Maven. You can do this. While you are here. Everyone, I want everyone. You follow me. Download Apache Maven. Nasir bhai, please follow. Uh, Download Apache Maven. You go there, and then you will see depending on your operating system, Windows or Mac, you will see there are files, right? You download the file that is required for you. Can you see Apache Maven 360 binary zip file? This one. For Windows this one, for Mac I think you will have to download this one. So download this Apache Maven zip file. So after it is downloaded, everyone, is it downloaded for you? Download it, just download it. Open will do it. What is happening? So what we are going to do now, can you see Apache Maven? Can you see? Everyone can see this right here. So you click on here and can you see show in folder? Can everyone see this show in folder? Okay, click on this show in folder. Zip zip file আপনার, what you do here when you, can you see this arrow here? Okay, let me do me a favor, follow me. Right click on it and can you see this cut cut it. এখন we'll do something with it, right? Cut it and go to your Selenium, go to your C drive, cut it and go to your C drive, root of C drive, go to your C drive. Can you see I am inside C drive? Everyone, can you see this? Okay, here you create a folder. Yeah, inside C drive you create a folder called we can say, I think all of you have a folder called Selenium, right? I'll say if you have a folder called Selenium, do not create it. I do not have a folder here, so I'm going to create a folder Selenium. Make sure you have a folder Selenium. Just try to follow me. It can be any folder, but name it as Selenium. Inside C drive, name it as Selenium, and then right click and paste it here. Right click and paste it here. Inside C drive, inside your Selenium folder. You there? Is it there in the right place? Okay. Now what you do, you right click on it and then can you see extract all? Extract all. And then if whatever is coming, keep it as it is and extract it here. Extract it, everyone. It will take a little bit time. It's good. আপনার কম্পিউটার তাহলে is performing good now. Okay, I'm just waiting for it to be done in my end. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, Selenium, and then can you see this one? I'm going to delete this, the zip file, right? I do not need it anymore, so I'm going to delete this zip file. Okay, and then inside that, okay, now have you deleted it? The zip file, delete the zip file. Delete it, and then can you see this folder Apache Maven 3.6.0.bin? Can you see this? Go inside that, and then can you see this Apache Maven 3.6.0? Everyone, can you see this? What you do, you again go there, right click and cut it. Go one step inside the bin folder, like Apache Maven 3.6.0 bin, and inside there you will see Apache Maven 3.6.0. Cut it and come to the Selenium folder and paste it here. So you go inside that, you will get a folder Apache Maven. Guys, now, now, so here is a Mac. I cannot guarantee anything. So you keep doing with so that you know the Windows process. Or you have virtual machine. Inside virtual machine, do you have Eclipse? You don't have. So it will be better like if you have one. Anyway, so if you cannot do it, then the virtual machine will be doing. I didn't try it. Another, it could be like you can do everything, but it could be a little bit different process. Okay, now, guys, here. Am I recording? Now, so can you see? Now, whatever we had inside that Apache Maven bin, I took it out and I put it there. Now it is an empty, right? It is an empty. Now we are going to delete it. We do not want to keep any unnecessary thing in our hard drive. Yeah, so now you have taken it out, right? 360, no? Yeah. It was one layer like unnecessary layer, so I removed that layer. Alright, guys. Okay, so we brought it here, right? Clear? Okay. Now, where is that? Inside Selenium Apache Maven. Now, let's go back to the document. So, here, if you go there, let's say, can you see this command Maven version? If you you do not need to go there, but see what I'm doing. If you bring your command prompt, right now, you do not need to bring command prompt, right? So if you type Maven and then dash dash, and then what is that command? Version, right? If you do version, you do not need to do it now, but at this point, it is saying that Maven is not recognized as an internal or external command. That means Maven is not installed in your computer yet. If you see this command, Maven dash dash version, if you type it, if Maven is installed properly, it will give you the version of Maven. MVN, 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 and then space dash dash version. Version. What is MVN dash dash? No, আপনি আপনি underscore শুনছো? Okay. Now, so what? So if you take a look, I no. Now can you see that it is not there? Can you see Maven is not recognized as an internal or external command, right? So that means Maven is not installed for us, correct? Okay. Now what we will have to do? We'll have to do some settings change. That is what I put screenshot, detailed screenshot. So we'll have to create an environment variable Maven underscore home, and we'll have to change the path. This is totally new for you, but you will see how we are doing it. So what are they saying? Navigate to system properties, advanced system properties. So if you go there, guys, in your computer, can you see this PC or my computer? You right click on it and click on properties. Right click on it and click on properties. And then can you see this advanced system variable? Yeah, advanced system settings. Can you see, everyone, can you see this? So what you do, let me do it again. So you come here, this PC, right button, and then properties. Can you see this? Manjima, are you getting this? Properties. Go to properties. You have properties like, yeah, go there. And then can you see advanced system settings? You go there. You will see this window, advanced system settings. You will see this window, right? Can everyone see this? Who cannot see this? Can you see this one? Advanced system settings. There. Okay. Now can you see environment variables? Environment variables, you go there, environment variables. Now can you see one is this, another one is, there are two window here. This on top, and there is another system variables part. Is, yeah, system variables. Can you see system variables? Do you see if you have a Maven home here on this area, variable name, right? Can you see Maven home? No. System variables. System variables. No. If you scroll down, up, down like this, Maven home. Do you see Maven home? No. So what you do? You click new. New, right? And then what you do? Here, all uppercase, you type Maven underscore home. All uppercase, Maven underscore home. And then let me know when you are done with typing this. Yeah, we'll give you the value. Now Maven home. Were you able to type up to this? Now you go to your C drive, and remember you have created a folder for Selenium. Inside that you have taken out something from bin, and you have this folder Apache Maven 3.6.0. Double click on it and then just copy up to this. So Apache Maven 3.6.0 up to this. Can everyone see this in my screen? Okay. So up to this, you take this and you copy this. Mhm. Up to this, can you see Apache Maven dash 3.6.0? Yes, yes. Stay there. So you got it, right? You copy it and you go to this. You go to this system variable settings part and you paste this value here. Is your screen looking like my screen? Yes. don't have system variables? So is it can you do where to set up system variables in Mac? Google and you'll have to do Google and I'll encourage you to set up a Eclipse in your platform. Alright, then here Manjima, can you let me know when you are done as well? Can you find it and I have to give everyone a little bit break because we are doing too much work, right? Yep. So we'll take a little bit break. Manjima, can you let me know for start table? So I'm going to click OK here for Maven home. Okay, now you'll see that Maven home variable is here. Then you will have to do one more. Can you see there is a path variable on the user variable section? Guys, can you see this path variable? Mm-hmm. Can you click edit for this path? Edit. Path ashe nahi? You don't see path? One second. Actually check with you. That looks. So how about you? You added a semicolon. Yeah, too right. Semicolon দিয়ে ওটা cache করবে। Semicolon এটার মধ্যে আবার colon দিও না তাহলে না না ঠিক এগুলো থাকবে এখানে একটা এন্ড এখানে একটা semicolon। এই যে তুমি কেটে দিলে তুমি এডিটে আবার ক্লিক করো এখানে ভিতরে ক্লিক করো ভিতরে ক্লিক করে এখন তুমি সিলেক্ট করতে হবে দিয়ে ওই আমার বিষয় আমাদের তো বেরোটা হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ এগুলো পাঁচটা টেস্ট করে হ্যাঁ পাঁচটা টেস্ট করে দিলাম semicolon তোমার যদি কোনো ভ্যালু থাকে পাঁচটা একটা বড় path everything everything first letter please give the first letter is uppercase. Can you see PATH? The P is uppercase. Can you if you have lowercase, can you update it? If you have this path P lowercase, please update it. কোন দুইটার মধ্যে না যেটা কপি আসে ওইখান থেকে ওইটাই কপি আর এখানে ভেরিয়েবল গুলো যখন when you are naming the variable name it accordingly. Okay, everyone is done up to this? Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click OK and then here I'm going to click OK. Okay, now if you come here again and still you will see that Maven is not recognized. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to close this and then I'm going to bring this CMD again, CMD, and then I'm going to type Maven and then version. Still I'm getting this Maven is not recognized. Let me see. Maybe yeah. Now what we'll do, we'll do the remaining part and then we'll come here and execute this command. Now what is the according to the document, what is it saying? Let me take a look. Let me review this document. So here, so we have added Maven home and then advanced advanced environment variable, system variable new, add path Maven folder. We did it actually this Maven Maven home we set it up, path we have set it up, Maven 3.6 Maven home. So So at this point, now can you go to command prompt and can you see if you can execute this command mvn dash dash version? No, all lowercase. হ্যাঁ স্পেস দিয়ে here what are you getting? System variables and environment variables. Dash dash version. What are you getting? You are getting the version, right? How about you others? You got it as well? You got it? Alright guys, so can you whoever has Windows 10, I know that it is working for Windows 7, but whoever has Windows 10, can you follow me what I'm doing here? Now in your command prompt, right? If you do cd, if you execute a command cd and then can you write this cd and slash Windows 10 and press enter. Now you are in the root C drive. After do yeah. So in your command prompt you type cd and then this slash. Okay, then are you in C drive like this? Can you cd and slash and enter? Are we in C drive now, everyone? Windows 10? And then you type cd and then if you type s and tab, then you will see cd Selenium. Can you do this? G? Oh, sure. Can you see now? Now, can you type up to this cd Selenium? Good. Up to this, good. Okay. Press enter. Now, are you in Selenium folder? Okay. Then you type cd again, and if you type ap and press tab, can you see this? Cd space, and then if you type ap and then tab, then you should see this ap. Type ap and then press tab key. Can you see this, everyone? Can you see this, Babu? Sharir? Press enter and then type cd and then type bin space cd space bin. Right, now we are in bin. So what we are doing here, basically we have from C drive, we went inside C drive and then Selenium folder and then inside Apache Maven 3.6.0 and then inside bin. Now can you see where you can see this mbn command, mbn dll? Yeah, mbn. Can you see this mbn? So basically from command prompt we have navigated to that place. Now if you do mbn dash dash version, mbn space dash dash version, now you will be able to see the version. In Windows 10, that is how we make sure that Maven is working here. Up to this, are we good? Good? Okay. Are you there? Okay. Then what, according to the document, what is the next step that we need to take care of? So our Maven setup is done in the Windows side. Now you're gonna start your Eclipse. Can you start Eclipse? Start Eclipse. Eclipse. Can everyone start Eclipse now? Yeah, bring your Eclipse. Yeah, you got your Eclipse? Who didn't get it? Wait. So, wait, Bhaiya. So, guys, if your Eclipse has started, now, when you see your Eclipse is fully loaded, right? So, from there you do not understand anything, right? From there you do not understand anything. Okay. So, when your Eclipse is up, then we are going to take further steps on it. What help you need? Okay, now let's take a look. You go to Eclipse Marketplace, and then here you type only for you type Maven. So here, what you do, you type Maven and search for it. Who cannot search? If you cannot search for it, we cannot do anything. We are so sorry. Let me see if I can find anything for it. So over there, if you can you see that Maven integration for Eclipse, right? Right. So if it is Maven integration for Eclipse, what is this Maven integration for Eclipse? Let me see what is the screenshot says. Yeah. So can you see if it is installed for you or not installed? Yeah. Is it, can you let me know if it is installed for you or not? Okay, if it is installed, then it's good. Wait there. Deepababi, what about you? Are you getting? আমি আপনাকে একটা ইমেল করতেছি, আপনি ওই ইমেলে so this problem is only in your computer, right? Should not be. I'm just wondering because let's take a look. Let's do another way. Once your installation is done, can you restart your Eclipse? If you have installed anything, just restart it. If you haven't installed, you do not need to restart. Okay, if it was already installed, then you do not need to restart. Okay, then so where are we now? For us it was installed, right? So we are going to create a project now. We are going to create a project, Maven project, and then we'll go from there. Now what do you do? Can you see file to create a Maven project? Can you see, Bhabi, were you able to restart your? No, 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 no. Restart কি বলে? না, 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 এটা that's fine. Sorry, কিন্তু ইনস্টলেশনটা কমপ্লিট হয়েছিল। এগুলো আপনি যখন এক্লিপসটা বন্ধ করতে গেছেন, এগুলো মেসেজ ছিল। তখন ইনস্টল হচ্ছে। ইনস্টল now it's fine. Now what we are going to do here, in this window, right? We are going to create a new project. Can you see for me, right? I do not have anything, right? I'm going to say file and then new and then other, new and other, and then there, can you see Maven? Maven, can you see Maven? এটা আদার দিয়ে যান, মেভেন আসে, আপনি আদার দিয়ে যান বা উপরে দিয়ে গেলেও হবে। So now can you see Maven project? You click next. Maven project, you click next. Okay, can you see this window? Yes, okay, so here you are going to, can you see create a simple project? You want to do a very complicated project? No, right? So we want to create a simple project. You check this, create a simple project. Okay, and then click next. Okay, and here group ID and artifact ID, let's say we are going to name it as test Maven project. In both box we are going to name it test Maven project. Yeah, group ID we are going to name it as test Maven project, and then we are going to say finish. That's it. Group ID, artifact ID, right? Yeah, no space, no space. Test Maven project, all without any space. Click finish here. Test T uppercase, you can give it in any way, but test T T uppercase M, M uppercase, Maven, M uppercase, and project T uppercase. So are we there, everyone? Test Maven project. Is it running now? Test Maven project. Okay. Okay. All right. So here you got it, right? Finish. Okay. Okay. Now, if you expand this project, can you see test Maven project we have created? If you expand this project, you will see there is a new architecture of this project. You didn't get it in that way? Let me take a look. If you want to write Selenium code, what do? You associate Selenium libraries. You associate Selenium libraries in your project, right? Here we are not going to associate those libraries in your now all of you will see that if you go to your C drive and then users and then whatever your users, you will see a .m2 folder. All of you will see a .m2 folder, right? Inside .m2 folder you will see there is a previously were you able to see any M2 folder? Now after installing Maven, now you see that there is a M2 folder inside, right? If you go to repository, you will see that different repositories there. Do you have a Selenium library there? If you go to your C drive, again, follow me in my computer. If you go to your C drive, right, and then if you go to users, if you go to users and then whatever your username, right, you click on it and then you will see a .m2 folder. If you see that .m2 folder, that means Maven is installed in your laptop. And if you go there, keep going, keep that folder there, and then if you go to repository, do you see any? Yeah, M2. If you go inside M2 and then there is a repository folder, right? And then inside the repository folder, you will see some common libraries. But do you see any Selenium libraries at the moment? Can anyone see Selenium libraries? Okay, so that means we didn't bring any Selenium libraries. So basically, let's say that your project code is somewhere in the internet in a repository, but when you put the dependency in the POM file, it will create a local copy here inside the m2.m2 folder. Make sense? Then it will, when you build your project, it will be coming here. Okay, we'll see that today, but Bobby, let me see what is the issue that you're facing. Sure. Previously, you saw that whenever you are trying to use WebDriver, any Selenium library, you'll have to bring the Selenium libraries, jar files in your build path. Now we are not going to bring it in that way. We are going to set up Maven dependency, and by that way we are going to bring those libraries. Yeah, Maven will bring that automatically. So here we are saying that this project has some dependency. What kind of dependency? For some library, it is depending on a particular set of libraries, right? For some library, like Selenium libraries, without Selenium, can you write Selenium code? No. Now we are going to say this library, bring it from there, from that particular place. Got it? Now, if you take a look in this, Java, that's fine. It will bring when you have that JDK installed, then all of this will be there, already there. Now, if you come here on this document, you will see there is a link that I have provided somewhere. Let me bring this link. Today we are going to put some dependencies there, not all of the dependencies. Dependency, yeah. So now if you come here, there is a link that I provided into this. You will see that. Can you see this? There is a link. I'll tell you what is that dependency. This link. If you go to that link, um, if you go to that link, right now, you say org, right? You go up to org. Now inside that, can you see there is a, if you go to the serial S, you don't need to go at this point. You just uh, let me bring it. So if you take a look in this document, there is a link here, right? Just have to just see what I'm doing here now. Now if you come here in this link, you will see there is a folder here called Selenium, Selenium HQ or Selenium. It's a browser application. No. Now see here, can you see this Selenium HQ? Right guys, can you see this Selenium HQ? Now you do not need to go there. Just see here. If you go to that link, right? If you go to that link, you will see there is a Selenium HQ, and then if you go to Selenium, right, you will see that there are different Selenium Java. Can you see that? Inside Selenium Java, there are different version of Selenium jar files. You will see the latest one, I think 3.9.3. We are going to use 3.14.0. This version. If you go to Selenium HQ site, you will see this is the latest version available there. So these are the set of library. We are going to give this place as a dependency, and it will be pulling it from here. Got it? No, we are not going to download. We are going to link it to our project from this website. From this website. Okay? Download. We are not going to download it. POM. We are going to put it in the POM. POM. Today I'll be putting this Java library and test engine. I'll not be putting driver, not all the dependency. Now, so guys, I'm going to take some library, the Selenium libraries, which we used to go to the Java build path, and then we used to do that. We are going to get those libraries from here. Now, if you go to your project and if you open this form, right, you'll see one thing, guys. If you do not have Maven, then you will not be able to see this command. But if you have Maven installed correctly, all the you can execute that mvn version command, then you will be able to see this command. Otherwise you will not see this command. Okay, now, so what we are going to do, we are going to open this Maven with text editor. Okay, now can you see the Maven, how it looks like? Now we are going to add more things here. Can you see project started here, project ended here? We are not worried at all about this. Remember that our project name test Maven project and artifact ID test Maven project. We are going to keep it as it is, and then yeah, I'm recording. Everything is being recorded. So here, guys, here, if you take a look in the document that I sent you, right? Can you see we are going to add a dependency, guys? What is the dependency for Selenium library? What is that 3.14.0? At this point, if I go to my repository, do you see, guys? Just look at here. I'll give you a chance to do it. At this point, do you see any kind of Selenium library here? Any library here? No, right? Now what are we going to do here? We are going to go to that document. From there, can you see this dependency? We are going to copy this dependency and we are going to put it in our yeah, yeah. So you are going to bring it from there to here. Now it will be complaining. All of the dependency will be going under, there will be a dependencies tab. You can have multiple dependency, not one dependency. For every dependency, you will have to add that tag dependency. And can you see this tag dependency? This dependency is starting here and this dependency is ending here. Now all of the dependencies will be, again there will be a tab depend, yeah, and then it will be dependencies. All of the dependencies will be inside this dependencies tag. You can put, for every dependency there will be a dependency tag, can you see? And you can put multiple dependencies inside that dependencies. Can you see here? It has started here. All of the dependencies will be coming here. Up to this, is it clear? Now I'm going to save it. So this, let me see, what is that error it is complaining? Dependencies. Okay, so it is complaining. Oh, I'll have to put this slash. Now if you save it, hopefully this error will be gone. Yeah, it's gone. Now what I'm saying, my test can be dependent on, can you see it is now building project? Can you see building workspace 50% done? Right? It's now downloading sources and Javadoc. Can you see? It is now downloading some of the things here. And then now if you go to that place, that repository, right? Let me see, what do I see? Repository. Now, do you still see this Selenium library here? Not yet, right? Okay, we'll go there. Now, so if you go there, so let me tell more about these dependencies. Your test may be depending on Selenium libraries. It might be depending on TestNG libraries, right? You will have to, for every dependency, you are going to put, for each dependency, there will be a tag like this. And if you have multiple dependency, you will have multiple tag. Let's say if you have a dependency on TestNG, you will have another tab like this. But all of the dependencies will be inside this. Can you see you have started a dependencies tag here and ended it here? So all of the dependencies will be inside these two tags. No. এখানে আনতেছি. Now what you do, if you click on your project, right click, I'll give you a chance to do it, and then if you say that run as, and then can you see Maven build, you click on it, and then here goals, you say clean install, and then you run it. Okay, then you will see that it will say at the end, it will say build successful. Can you see a lot of thing is going on, and you will see a message here, build success, right? And then if you now go there to that repository folder, right, now you test Maven project snapshot Maven local, but let me come here from the beginning. So ZST m2 and then repository and then org. Can you see this org? Right? If you go there inside, can you see Selenium HQ? 1223 when it was brought, 1223. That means when you have built that project, that Selenium, inside the Selenium SQ, you will see some libraries. Can you see Selenium Java? We got 3.14 libraries here. Got it? Up to this? Clear? Now, So did we bring this library by associating it? Now you will be able to, although you didn't, now you will see in your project, right? In your project you will see that once you have done this, you will see that there will be a Maven dependency. And can you see all the Selenium libraries are here? How I brought it? I just brought it by that way. Now can you do it in your end? We have brought the libraries like th- see the concept. When people will be asking you a question in the interview, are you able to answer? What do you do in Maven? So what we did, these libraries, am I recording? These libraries that I need for my project, it is somewhere in a repository. By setting the dependency, I brought it from there. And in the future, if they update this library to another version, I'll just go there in my POM file, and here instead of 3.14, if they bring 3.16, I'll be putting 3.16 and it will be automatically updated. What do we, then what do we do in Maven? In Maven, we set up like remote repositories, right? Dependency, and if anything change, it is a build automation tool where we organize, like we associate remote repositories, we associate different kind of resource that I need. Is not here, I put the dependency here. Now, so at this point, I should be able to write all of this WebDriver test, correct? Like if I want to create, let's say, let me make it a little bit further on it. So if you see, can you see src test Java, right? If you right click on it, and if you click new, and then if you create a package, and I'm going to name it as test package, test package. একটু দাঁড়াও, we'll do it, so test package, can you just look at here, and then I'm quickly want to record it, and then I'll give you a chance to do it. Test package, right? Are you good with test package, or you want to create a direct package? Okay, very good. Now you click on finish. So inside that test package, right, I'm going to create new, and then can you see, not class, I'm going to say other, and here I'm going to create a, do I have testng here? uh, uh, wait a minute. So here it seems like I do not have an option to create a testng at this point. So what we are going to do, let's first of all, my Eclipse specifically, my Eclipse is pretty is new. So let's try to bring, there is another dependency for testng. So for testng, if you look at in this document, right, can you see inside dependency I have two dependencies. Um, one is for that Selenium libraries, another one is for testng. I'm going to copy this, and then in the POM file I'm going to put that. Now can you see inside dependencies I'm putting another dependency for testng. Now where will you get testng? Again, guys, if you take a look here in this one, right? If you come up to this, let me see up to where I need to go. If you look at this, for testng it is org, inside org, up to org, and then you will get that testng. You come up to this org, okay? Remove everything and then press enter. Now you will see at the bottom of the page there is a testng link. Um, can you see there is a testng? Inside that one we have testng, and then we have different testng version. We are going to use 6.0. 8. Okay, 6.8. Now if you go there, you will see that I have or testng, and inside that there is a testng, and then I'm putting 6.8, right? And then now if you go and build your, actually if you save it, now let's see what it does. Let me, it is doing some works, right? Now if you go there, so let me see in the document, I think I have a, in the document, Eclipse Maven, enter Maven project, restart, okay. Now here if you go to this project and run as, actually not run as, new, and then now here to see so this point, we, as this is a new one, right? Here I'll go to marketplace, Eclipse Marketplace, and then so this is a new Eclipse instance. Let me see if I have testng installed at all. Testng for Eclipse is not installed. So like we install Maven, right? Before we use Maven, so you'll have to install testng. So guys, I'm giving it a little bit time for the installation. So if you have to do anything, feel free to do it in the meantime. Oh, that it is. Now I'm going to say confirm. I accept. Wait there. Oh, percentage. So I'm going to say install anyway, and then um, now it is asking me to restart my Eclipse. So I'm going to say restart now. Let my Eclipse come back. In the meantime, let me pause the recording. My Eclipse has come back. So now if you take a look, can everyone see my screen still? Right? I have my Selenium library dependency, I have my testng dependency. Now if I go to my project, right, where did I add my package? Here, test package, and I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to say new, and then here I'm going to say other, and let me say if I see testng now, I can see testng now. I'm going to say I'm going to add a testng class next, and what I'm going to include, I'm going to include a before test and a after test method, and I'm going to say finish. Now so I have here previously, when you have added testng before test after test, it was straight away complaining. Now it is not complaining. Why? we have brought it from the dependency. Is it clear? Like why it is not previously? If you want to add a before test annotation, first of all you'll have to click here and then bring testng library. Now it is already taken care of in the dependencies section and it is not complaining. Clear? Can you do that up to this? Can you add the testng class as well? Add that testng dependency and then add that testng. জি আমি একটা testng class create করলাম with before and after test method. So if you go there we have added two dependency Selenium libraries, and then what are the other dependency we have added? We have added the testng dependency. Now people will be asking you in the interview, what is that m2? In when you use Maven, what is that m2? Right? It's a valid question. What is that m2? So if you use Maven, those dependency that you are adding from somewhere else, you are bringing some libraries, let's say Selenium libraries, testng libraries. So database dependency, no, database is not a dependency here. So if you take a look here, this dependency, it will create inside the m2 folder, inside repository we have org, and inside there you will see that for testng it has brought all of the libraries for testng here, right? And then you will see that another dependency that we have added, Selenium HQ, all of the libraries are there. Later on, let's say if you look at your form file, later on, let's say instead of 3.14, if you bring 3.16, if it is there, if you update it here, it will create another local copy here. Same thing for testng, if you put 6.8 another version, it will be bringing a copy here. So what M2 does? M2 is the representative of those remote library in your local machine. Yeah. So M2, like whatever library you are using from remote, it is creating a local copy in your M2 folder. What is the use of this M2 folder? When you install Maven successfully, you will see that M2 folder, and whatever repositories, dependencies you are adding to your project, it is creating a local copy of those libraries in your M2 folder, and later on, yeah, M2 repository. And then later on, if you update any of this version, it will create another copy depending on the version in your M2 folder. Clear? No, it will be creating another version. Now, guys, so let's say that if you go to that project, basically inside that class that I have added new test, right? So if you put in the before test, right? In the before test, if you want to add system dot set property, and then if I want to web driver dot chrome dot driver. Now where do I have Chrome driver? I'm going to add this Chrome driver. If I go to my Selenium folder, let me see, আমরা driver গুলো dependency ঢুকাবো. For now we are going to bring this driver from our, even though it will be in your dependency, but you will have to mention this system set property, you will have to do that. So if you go there in our local drive, C drive, I have some drivers somewhere where um, file to be transferred, and then drivers. So let's say this Chrome driver, I have it here. Now I'm going to go to my Selenium folder, I'm going to add it here, and then I'm going to take this path, here I'm going to put this argument, and then Chrome driver dot exe, and then Now I'll have to create, let's say here I'm going to define a global variable. Why do I define global variable here outside of the method? Can anyone tell me? So here when I'm trying to, so it is like I'm defining, just everyone take a note here. I'm defining this WebDriver, guys. I'm defining this WebDriver outside of any method in a public place. What is the purpose? The purpose is, let's say if you fly a drone here, let's say 100 feet up, then you can see when you go outside and you can see it, right? But if you go to, let's say 1 mile away from here, can you see that drone? No, right? So if you fly it 6 miles above, then you'll be able to see from 3 miles away, right? So it is like when the moon is on the sky, everyone can see it from a certain location. Why? Because it is too far. So we are putting our variable in an outside location so that all the method can see this. Now, so here I'll have to bring this library, WebDriver. Now, this driver, I'm going to initialize it where? I'm going to initialize it in my, uh-huh. Yes, different classes জন্য না, inside this class, inside this class, if, if you have multiple methods, many methods, you can use it. No, extend, if you extend it from another class, then you can use it. Now, so I'm going to say driver dot get, and let's say we want to open what? We want to open the HTTP. If you go to Google, right, what is the URL it comes? google.com. So this is the URL it comes, right? So you take this URL and you put it here. Okay, and then can you see add test? In add test, basically I'm going to declare this variable. I have just, can you see what I did here? I just declare it. I didn't initialize it, right? So before initialization, can I use it? No. So driver equal to new, and then what is that? Chrome driver, right? New Chrome driver. Now it will be complaining about this library. So when we are bringing this library, it will be okay. Now let's say from the test itself, we are going to open this URL, and then from there, from after test, we are going to say we are going to close this driver dot close. Now before, so when Chrome, so if you now run this test, right? If you go there, Maven, right click, run as, and then if you say test engine, right? Now let's see what happens. It is opening the browser, opening Google, and after that it is closing the browser because we have closed it from our test. Let's say if you want to do something else, let's say you want to type something here. So what you will have to do, you'll have to inspect it, and then what is that? It has a let me see if it has an ID. So it has a title search, it has a class this, a name queue, it has a name, right? So we are going to identify it by name. So if I want to write something there, So what I'll have to do, driver dot find element by, and then by dot xpath, and then I'm going to give the xpath expression. What is that xpath expression? I'm going to say by name, and what will be the value? Actually, what is the, it is a input tag. What is the tag name? Input. And then what is the attribute we are using to identify it? Name equal to, and then in the single quotation you put q, and then dot send keys. Let's say we want to send keys. Now if you run it, if you run your test, run as test engine. Okay, you'll be going there. It's just doing let me just in the after test, it is closing the browser immediately. So if I uncomment this, and then if you save it and run it, testing, so it will be coming here, and let's see if it is able to type anything here. It seems it is not able to type. Let me see if it is throwing any kind of error. Oh, failure. Let me see. Oh, actually, input name q, it is not getting an element, right? So let me see. It is an input name equal to q, and name equal to q. Is there any other? Title equal. Let's do it. Search it. Find it by title. So go there, and in there I'm going to put, instead of name, I'm going to say title. And what is the title? This is the title. And then let me see if I save it. Cheese, Sankey's cheese. Okay. So now if I run it, so is it still not able to write there in this? Probably it is still not able to write there. So here it is complaining about this. So let's put a wait here before we are trying to put something there. Thread dot sleep. I'm going to put a 10-second wait time here, and then I'll have to bring this throws declaration. Okay, now if I run it, close it, run as test engine. Let me see. Okay, now was it able to write anything there? Is it still complaining about this element? But guys, so if you take a look here, so I'm setting up the driver and everything in the before test, and in the test I'm using the driver to open Google browser, search browser, and then I'm putting something on the search text box. Let's say the word cheese, right? So I have identified that input text box, search text box by input xpath property, and I have used this title attribute, right? Now if you go there, and run it. Run as test ng. Wait, I put a 10-second wait time here. That's why it is waiting here. You'll see that. Can you see it is writing now? Right? So I have a wait time here. That's why. But what we did, we have started a, like from scratch. We have installed Maven in our computer. We have set up path variables. We have made sure that Maven is working in the computer. Maven is installed properly. And then we have installed Maven in the Eclipse IDE. We have installed um, test engine Eclipse IDE. We have set up dependencies, multiple dependencies regarding test engine and regarding Selenium libraries, right? In Maven, and we have run a simple project, right? And in the project, we have interacted with the web objects. Up to this, whatever we have done, what is your question? Up to this, but sure, thank you. I have recorded the session, right? Yeah, from beginning to end, whatever we did, I have recorded. So I'll be sending it to you, but feel free to come up with question. If you have any question up to this, as we did a lot of work today. Sure. So now, if you have question, you can communicate me anytime. I'll be giving you additional time. Sure, sure. So, but what is your question up to this? What is your question, guys? Do you have any question, or I can stop this recording now? Right? Okay. So I'm stopping this recording. I know it was a long session, but thank you for your patience. Thank you.